Good morning. Welcome to a Friday update and some live trading, hopefully. So I'm just recording what the room chaps will be seeing at the moment. This is Kim Watson speaking instead of Charlie. Charlie's on holiday, so I'm just going to take it off the, as I say, the view of what the guys are seeing and what they'll be hearing. So you'll see it called or not called, as the case may be, this morning. I'll discuss what we're looking at, and we'll take it from there. So it's currently 7:38. I don't take a lot of trades prior to 8 o'clock, so I'm going to pause this for a little while and we'll move on, and I'll be back soon. Actually, before I disappear, I just thought I'd come back and just talk very briefly over the markets, what happened yesterday. Looking at the euro here, we had a bit of a sell-off, but we're still making higher highs, higher lows here at the moment. So there's still some positive movement going on. So we could easily run up to, my thinking at the moment, we could run up towards yesterday's highs, and even the daily L1 would be a decent target if it starts pushing up. That's the pound. Cable had a real hard sell-off yesterday. I do have a very small long position looking to which we placed just one of the guys in the room and myself late yesterday afternoon, which may be running towards that daily pivot up there. Of course, any sort of upside movement on cable here is going to run into problems with the 21 moving average, so got that yet to come. But at the moment, it got really quite sold off yesterday with 2 bits of news of retail sales, and then following that we had the US news that came out, which was the best for quite a while, and it just really built up and hit cable. Cable's looking in a bit of a mess at the moment. It put a big bullish engulfing, a bearish engulfing rather, on the dailies there yesterday, and it could look like we could see a continuation to the downside, but so often after these big days we see a smaller inside day, and my trading thinking yesterday was based on that basis that we may just see a bounce back up at least part of the way, and if we can get back up to the daily pivot or towards that daily pivot, I'll be happy. Okay, just look dollar yen. I'm not really looking to trade at all this morning. It's in too much. This is a 60-minute chart. It's too choppy. It could go either way, and it's really a case if you start putting the looking at it and putting trend lines on it, well, which way is it going to break, and is it going to be a false break? It's far too choppy for me to be looking to trade. Dollar took a real hiding overnight, so I'm not looking to trade that necessarily, although it's got a bit sort of oversold, and well, when people start analysing the numbers again, it may recover a little bit. It all really depends on how the dollar reacts this morning, and how the the euro does to an extent. We've got some euro news coming out this morning, so that might 8 and 8:30. That might just give us a little bumper. We're seeing the the euro moving up at the moment, and I'm just waiting patiently at the moment. I'm hoping it's not going to run away before I generally won't start trading until 8 o'clock in the daytime, or taking trades until 8 o'clock, but I'm hoping this doesn't run away with me before then, because quite often in the mornings we get the fake move, get a bit of a fake before 8, and then it pulls back, and it's sort of it's got you into a position. I'm not really wanting to be into that fake move. I want to be trading with what may be the bigger part of the day. Okay, pausing for now. So with the news coming out in a minute, it's 1 minute to 8. I'm really looking for a push up beyond these light levels to get long, but I'm just wary of that news coming out, and obviously the 8 o'clock pivot to be hit, which is below us at the moment. Like all of that to happen. Okay, news is out. Let's just check what's happened there. See what's happened there. 49.6 versus 50.8. So it's came out less than expected. That's a bit of a spoiler first thing this morning. Services came out lower as well in the France, so a bit of a spoiler in terms of trading this morning so far. If we do, I'm still interested in a break of these highs, and we'll look at taking a position at that point. So we've got the German numbers to come out 8:30, but it may be that I have to change view and look to the downside, which was not in my original plan. But if we start breaking to the lower side, and I will be looking from here. This is an hourly chart here, so looking from the hourly charts now, it's starting to shape up in terms of pattern. My preference, as I said, is the long side with the trend, but it does sell off too much this morning. I may be looking at the low side, although we've got support sitting quite below us, but I'd still be looking down towards that S1 area. So I'm just holding at the moment. So possible short position here on the cable. I know it's a absolute. Okay, I'm selling cable here. Taking a small position. It is back to those lows. I will only put a 15 pip stop on this. So I'll put a 15 pip stop on it. It may just be a false breakout here, but it is starting to run. Okay, we're up 10 pips. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything elsewhere. This is quite a nice run going on here at the moment. Okay, I'm going to take, we're on 15 pips here, taking half off on this because we're just finding support on the 4-hourly S3 there, which may provide us support. So, sorry guys, I'm not able to type this up as much as I'd like to. So I've just taken some off of 15. I'm just trying to multitask here, which is not easy. Trying to do the video update as well for the morning live trade or daily live trading. With this, the stop can come. You can move the stop down quite aggressively on this position. So originally it's sitting at 15 pips. You can bring the stop down. At the moment, it's just sitting above these highs here, and these highs. You can bring it to the high of the bar, just above the high of the bar there. There's no need to have such a big stop on this. So just bring it to the high of that bar. Now, looking at the targets now, I'm looking at a second target. I'm looking down towards that S1. So it could take a bit of time on this. I'll leave that to play if it's going to do it. As I say, the stops really just at the top of this current 5-minute bar. There's no need to have this too far away. I mean, we could have left them at the very top there, but there's really no need. Now the trouble is we're finding support quite early on here, so it may be a real slow one. So I'm going to make money whatever happens if it comes back and stops me out just above that high there. We took the entry at 154.996, so just below those lows there, just here. But I've taken half off, so whatever happens, the other part is going to likely to be profitable. Now I'm going to have to watch back from the euro here as well and see what's going to happen, because we may get a runner on both of these. So already taken half profits here on the cable. Now on the euro, looking here, my initial interest was to the upside because of the 60 minutes sort of positioning, and everything was looking quite sweet for the upside at that point. But with that French news coming out, if we get some German news that's equally poor, well, we could be on towards yesterday's lows, that S1 area. So at the moment, sitting short in cable and see if we can push that down towards its S1. It's breaking the S3 from the 4 hourlies, which is good. Target there at 54.54. Okay, so we're still short on this cable trade. It's now moving into 8.23. I was looking at the euro, and I really would like to go short with the euro at these sort of levels. I'll bring the chart up. But he says. Hopefully we'll bring the chart up. That'd be good. There we go. It's just sort of breaking a trend there, breaking those lows, but we do have news out in 6 minutes, so I'm not going to go. Normally, I'd be looking at maybe going with this at this time of the day and taking the short side of this market, but with news out in 6 minutes, there is a risk. I mean, of course, this could run down quite quickly from here. We've seen cable running down quite quickly, but we could see exactly the same thing going on the euro. But I'm not going to risk it with the news there, and we are profitable in the room this morning, so it's a case of let's just play things safely. So this is where we got in. I've just marked it up on the chart here. Stop at the moment is just above the highs there at 55.06. I may bring that down and get the guys to bring it down. In fact, I'm going to talk to them now. Guys, I was just looking at the pound. Bring the stop down to break even. I'm bringing my stop down to break even. Can't tell you what to do, can I? Goodness, on that one, because we're up now 32 pips roundabout. So the second target sits at 54, 55-ish area. It is, as I say, erring towards the oversold area, but not quite there yet. Okay, so quite a nice kick-off in the morning. Looking at the euro here, we've had the breakout. The German data wasn't particularly great, and it's carried on sort of selling off since that level. It's now, I was looking to take an entry on it. I may still look at entries on this if the market comes up. Cable at the moment is bouncing a little bit, and it got to a bit oversold levels. There was a little bit potentially 2-minute divergence a while back, but we could still see this running back into the bands here and continuing down. Now, this could be very, very slow. I've got indicators suggesting it's almost oversold, not quite there. But it could be a bit slow. If we start seeing any significant rally here, we'll just stop out the second half of the trade. But it's got to leave it its wiggle room and see if it will do something. In fact, the euro's misbehaving a little bit more, but it's just not giving me the opportunities to get into it. So still in this trade, I was just discussing it with the guys in the trading room. It's a possibility. It's just not come down to my target yet. The S1 there, it's bounced. Euro's bouncing a little bit, and there's more chance of bouncing some more. Could find a bit of resistance around this 618. Now my stop is just at break even now, as I mentioned earlier. So it's just really a waiting game. If this is going to fail today, well, it may fail from here or just a little bit further up. There's no point in doing anything more. It's just really just a matter of waiting. So I'm just going to put it back on pause. It's just a quick update, and then I'll come back later. Okay, so at this point we've just literally been pipped out on the trade. We've moved to break-even level. It's fractionally under break-even, but break-even in terms of money. Cable, it's done all this movement. It retraced. It then looked like it was going to come back down for double bottom, so I'd set a signal just in case it had, but never got down to the S1. I mean, it's really, as I said, very much a waiting game in these markets, and it could have just as easily continued selling off. But we've now put a higher low in, and maybe this afternoon we may see a further move to the upside. Euro's already put in some signals earlier on there, and it's now put a inverted head and shoulders, which could see us, I mean, if it breaks the neckline of this, could see us pushing on upwards. I've already got a signal which is really on the buy side anyway, on the bigger time frames, which could see this running up later on towards the 5-minute 200. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording there because there's no point continuing and make this too long for you, so you can have a chance to watch it and pick up on what we're doing. I'll just reverse and run back through the trade we took this morning. Excuse me, it was an entry in direction of the markets. I'll come back to 60 minutes here. Effectively, it's pretty much a crafty one in terms of it. Eventually, after on the 8 o'clock candle, it broke the lows there. I was looking at the move, looking pretty good from that point of view. So the S1 becomes a reasonable target. Now, it hasn't caught it on this occasion, and it may be that the market's just consolidated or consolidated, pulled off far too much too quickly. But we could still see a reaction as it goes through this afternoon into the 60-21s. Whether I'll take other trades is probably doubtable now because I tend to not trade so much in the afternoon. We've had some really good days in the trading room this week, regardless of the market action, and there's a lot of profit being made, or good profit made, so we're going to leave it there. So today, netted around about 15 pips on the first part of the trade, and second part at break even. So net 7.5 pips on the overall trade, really, but it's Friday and we've had a good week. I'm going to call it quits there. So wish you all a great weekend. Bye for now.